Today we will be discussing about that how do the metals react with water. As you know that the metals react differently with water. Means the rate of reaction of different metal is different towards water. All of them do not react at the same rate. Like there are some metals which react vigorously with water. There are some metals which take time to react with the water, and there are some metals which do not react with water at all. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about that how do the metals react with the water. Okay. Now let us see what happens. That how do the metals react with water. Just a moment. Let these participants see. Okay. Now once we will be discussing about that. When metals react with water, if we want to put it in a generalized manner, when metals react with water, they will give either metal oxide or metal hydroxide plus they will release the gas that is hydrogen gas. Okay. They will release the gas that is hydrogen gas when they will react with the metal. Okay. Now we will be taking regarding certain examples like sodium will react with water. Sodium reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide and release hydrogen gas. Sodium hydroxide and it is going to release hydrogen gas and the reaction is highly exothermic. As soon as the hydrogen will be formed, it will catch fire. Okay, but can we store water in aluminum? If there is a bucket which is made up of, if there is a container which is made up of aluminum, can we store water in it? Have you ever seen it? Yes, can we store water in it? Yes.
Ma'am, with water, cold or?
What?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Then if I have written that metals will react with water to form and will release hydrogen gas, then how is it possible? If metals react,
Whether it varies whether the water is hot or cold or in a foam way.
yes, yesterday we have discussed it that it will vary that whether the water is cold, water is hot, or water is at room temperature, right? So we can see that different metals react differently towards water. There are certain metals which will react very violently towards, even they react with the ice cold water. But there is the metal like calcium. Let me tell you, when the calcium reacts with water, what happens? There is also hydrogen is also formed. For example, if I take this test tube and in which I have already put the calcium, then I plug the mouth of the test tube with the cork. Then through the cork, I will pass the two delivery tubes. One delivery tube will be put in the water. Okay. And here we are having the Thistle funnel through which, this is the Thistle funnel through which the water will be poured inside in the setup. Now is the setup clear to you? There is the Thistle funnel which is kept in this. Okay, this is the stand. Oh, What is placed in the test tube? Which metal is placed in the test tube?
Calcium.
Calcium. Very good. Then through the Thistle funnel, we will pour some water in it. We will pour some water in it, right? When the calcium reacts with water, you know what it forms? It will
Calcium
form
hydroxide.
calcium hydroxide and it will release hydrogen gas.
Hydrogen gas.
But the hydrogen gas will not catch fire because the reaction is not as exothermic as the reaction is between sodium and water. So what will happen? The gas will pass through this delivery tube and here the bubbles will be formed, and if you bring a candle near these bubbles, it will burn with the what it is going to burn, what this bubble is going to burn with.
Pop sound.
Yes, it is going to burn with the pop sound. So it indicates that hydrogen is formed. But let me tell you what happens here in the test tube. The calcium which was present at the bottom of the test tube, the calcium which was present on the bottom of the test tube, as soon as you pour the water in it, calcium reacted with water to form calcium hydroxide and release hydrogen gas. Now this hydrogen gas sticks to the calcium. Hydrogen gas sticks to the calcium and the calcium starts floating on the surface of the water. Calcium starts floating on the surface of the water because, yes, why? Because the calcium stick, not react. Calcium stick with the hydrogen gas, thus it floats on the surface of the water. But it is not as exothermic as the reaction between sodium and water, so that it will catch fire. In this case, hydrogen does not catch the fire. Okay. If we take the aluminum, zinc and iron, in the bucket, the water which is at the room temperature, these three, that is aluminum, zinc and iron, will not react with the water. Water at room temperature, neither they are going to react with the hot water. Then with whom it is going to react? They will be reacting with steam. If the water is present in the form of steam, aluminum, zinc and iron will react with the steam to form aluminum hydroxide. What it is going to form? Sorry, aluminum oxide, not hydroxide. Aluminum oxide, and which gas will be liberated?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen gas.
But if you will allow aluminum to react with the cold water, no reaction will take place. If you will allow aluminum, zinc and iron to react with the water at room temperature, no reaction will take place. If you will make it to react with even hot water, no reaction will take place. But yes, there are certain metals which will react with the hot water, and among them there is magnesium. So you must remember that sodium and potassium reacts with the cold water. Calcium will react with the water which is at room temperature, and it is exothermic reaction, but it is not as exothermic that hydrogen will catch fire. Then magnesium is going to react with the hot water to form magnesium hydroxide. Then metals like aluminum, zinc and iron will not react with the hot water. They are going to react with the whom?
Steam.
Yes, they are going to react with the steam to form aluminum oxide. So from this observation, we can conclude that the rate of reaction, what you can conclude about the rate of reaction? That the rate of reaction,
Water.
rate of reaction, pardon? Come on, rate of reaction is not Same.
And same at all this.
Same of all. The rate of reaction is not the same for all the elements, metals, right? Now we are going to discuss about that. Do metals react with acid? Yes. Metals react with dilute acid to form salt and release a gas that is called as hydrogen gas. But there are certain metals which are called as noble metals, which are called as.
Noble metals.
Can you tell me what are those noble metals? Silver,
Gold.
gold and platinum.
Copper.
Even the copper is also sometimes considered to be as the this noble metal, because it will also take a lot of time to react with the acids. So as the rate, the rate of reaction is different. Rate of reaction of different metal is different, and it will depend upon how much the metal is electropositive. That means there are highly electropositive metals and there are low electropositive metals, which will take time to donate the electron. They are called as low electropositive metal, but which readily donates their electron. Which readily donates the electron, they are called as highly electropositive. So that element, that metal which has one. So from the class 9th, if I ask you to sum up, which are the elements which will donate the electron? How many electrons should be there in the valency shell? Those who have to donate the electron.
1, 2, and 3.
Very good. Either one electron should be there, or 2 or 3 electrons should be there. Those who will donate the electron. But will their reactivity be the same of all the elements?
No,
Will the
ma'am.
rate of reaction be same for all the elements? No. Very good. Because that which has only one electron will be readily donating. That which has 2 electrons will take some time to donate. And those who are having 3 electrons, what will happen with them?
And they will take more time.
They will also donate, but they will take more time. So it means that this is more electropositive, highly electropositive. So those metals which are going to donate their electron readily, what are they? They are highly electropositive or highly reactive. They are highly electropositive or highly reactive. And those which are taking time to donate the electron, although they are also electropositive, but they are less electropositive, or they are less reactive. Is it clear? So that is why the rate of reaction differs as the electropositive character of the metals differ, as the electropositive character of the metal differ. In the same manner, the rate of reaction also differ. There are some which will readily donate, but there are some metals which will take what?
Time to donate.
Time to donate the electron. Okay. They will take a lot of time to donate the electrons. Okay. Because those who are having 3 electrons in their last shell, they are definitely going to take time. And those who are having just 1 or 2, they will readily donate. Now we are going to discuss about that. So reaction with acid will also depend upon that whether they are highly electropositive or low electropositive, or whether they are highly reactive or low reactive, right? Okay, now if I say zinc react with HCl, what it is going to form?
Zinc chloride.
Zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas.
Zinc react with HCl to form
Zinc
Zinc
chloride.
chloride and
Chloride.
zinc chloride, and it is going to give us the hydrogen gas, right? Okay. But let me tell you, sodium metal is the one which will which is a highly reactive metal, and as soon as the sodium comes in the contact of HCl, it will start producing the salt and will release a gas that is called as hydrogen gas. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But let me tell you, all the metals do not react with all the acids. Like hydrogen gas is not evolved when metals react with nitric acid. Now, why hydrogen gas is not evolved? Let us see. Because HNO3 is highly oxidizing agent. What happens now? Let us see. If metals react with HNO3, they will not be producing hydrogen gas. Metals will react with HNO3, they will not be producing hydrogen gas. Why? Because HNO3 itself is a strong oxidizing agent. Like if you will ask me, if there is a reaction like zinc, will zinc react with HNO3? Yes, zinc will react with HNO3 to form kya? What it is going to form?
Zinc nitrate.
Yes,
Zinc nitrate.
it is going to form zinc nitrate. But let me tell you what will happen. This HNO3 being highly oxidizing agent will, as soon as the hydrogen will be evolved, what will happen? It will combine with, it will oxidize this hydrogen to form water, right? It will oxidize to form water. So here you are not going to produce H2O will be produced, because as soon as hydrogen will be evolved, right, it will, what it is going to tend to do? It will react with it to produce water, and in itself reduces oxide of nitrogen. But there are two exceptions. Now, what are those exceptions? One is magnesium and one is manganese. Magnesium, if you are allowing the magnesium to react with HNO3, here magnesium is going to produce, magnesium will form magnesium nitrate and hydrogen gas will be evolved. These are the two exceptions. One is magnesium and one is manganese, whom HNO3 is not oxidizing. HNO3 is not oxidizing them to produce water. In turn, they are able to give hydrogen gas. Okay. Which are the two metals which are exception?
Magnesium and manganese.
Manganese and magnesium. But rest of the metals, whenever they react with HNO3 particularly, HNO3, so what they are going to do? HNO3 itself
Form
being
salt and
highly
water.
oxidizing agent will oxidize hydrogen to produce water, and itself, that is HNO3, will be reduced to oxide of nitrogen. It will form NO2 or NO3 or like that. Okay. So rate of reaction will also differ, but there are certain metals like copper, silver, gold, and mercury. They don't react with the dilute acid to liberate hydrogen gas because they are less reactive than hydrogen. That I will discuss later on as we will discuss the reactivity series. I think I have discussed the reactivity series in the very first chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is reactivity series? The reactivity series is the representation of all the metals, where the metals are arranged in the form of, where the metals are arranged on the basis of their reactivity. Metals are arranged on the basis of their reactivity towards the different metals. And why like we tell you, first of all, I will once again discuss about the reactivity series. In the very first chapter, we have discussed about it. Yes, can anyone define for me what is a reactivity series?
Reactivity series is a list of the metals in according to their reactivity in a decreasing manner, decreasing form.
When the elements are arranged in order of decreasing reactivity, where the elements are arranged in order of the, where the metals are arranged in order of the decreasing reactivity, it is called as reactive series. But let me tell you, in the reactive series, there is the presence of hydrogen also, but hydrogen is not metal. So why hydrogen is there in the reactivity series? Yes, do you know why hydrogen is there in the reactivity series?
Because it also loses electrons.
It is used for just for reference. Those who will donate readily hydrogen, because the metals which are more reactive than hydrogen, they are placed above the hydrogen, and those which are less reactive than hydrogen, they have been placed
Below the hydrogen.
below the hydrogen, right? So this series, if I talk about, this will give us the reactivity series. Now we are going to discuss about that, whether the metals will react with the salt solution. What are metallic salts? What are metal salts or metallic salts?
And salts form a reaction of a metal with a non-metal.
Yeah, when the acid react with base, what they form is, when acid react with base, what they form?
Salt and water.
Salt and water.
Okay, you know that in the salt there is presence of metal. One of the components of the salt is metal, and
Yes, ma'am. Sodium.
right,
Yes, ma'am. Sodium.
like copper sulfate, sodium sulfate. Sodium is metal, copper is metal, magnesium sulfate. So they all will be termed as metal salts. What they are going to be termed as?
Metal salt.
Metal salts. Now we are going to discuss about that, uh, whether the metals will react with these metal salts or not. Okay, so let us see. Actually, if you will see to it that metals, is it visible to you?
Yes,
Metal
ma'am.
will react with metal salt. Metal will react with metal salt to form particularly it is a displacement reaction where the if this is reactive metal, then the metal which is present in the salt, they are going to exchange their place. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, like if I take sodium, if I place sodium in magnesium sulfate, will the reaction take place?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Because Na
Because sodium is more reactive than magnesium, so they will not react.
तो डेफिनेटली क्यों नहीं होगी जरा देखना सोडियम इज मोर
Ma'am,
than
Ma'am, it
magnesium.
will react. Ma'am, it will react and
Sodium
it will
sulfate and
replace
magnesium.
the magnesium.
Sodium is more reactive than magnesium, so isn't the reaction will take place?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
it will replace.
So they are going to displace each other. Like sodium will displace magnesium from the salt solution of magnesium sulfate. Why? Because sodium is more reactive than magnesium, right? And if I say instead of sodium, if I write copper, then will the reaction take place?
No, ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Why? Why
Copper
the
will be not.
Magnesium
Copper
is
is
more
very
reactive
reactive
than
than
copper.
magnesium.
copper will not be able to displace magnesium because
Magnesium is more
magnesium is
reactive.
more reactive than. So in term,
Copper.
it is a displacement reaction. The reaction where, what is the displacement reaction?
When the
More
most
reactive.
When the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element.
When the more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from the salt solution, that is called as displacement reaction.
Yes, ma'am.
So to know that which from the reactivity series in itself, you will come to know about it, that which all metals are the reactive one. Like the most reactive metal is
Potassium.
then
Sodium.
Sodium.
in order to learn, in order to just learn, you can have it acronomy like that. केदारनाथ का माली आलू जरा फीके पकाता है के लिए H, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And cute है, okay. So from that you can yourself judge that whether it will be able to displace it or not. Like if I write down instead of copper, now I will write down zinc. Will the reaction take place?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Will no reaction will take place. Instead, if I take now this copper, will the
Yes.
reaction take place?
Yes, ma'am. It will
Yes,
take place.
ma'am.
Yes, it is
Because
going
copper
to
is
take place because copper is
Less reactive than zinc.
less reactive than zinc. Even if I write down the magnesium here, what will be the end products? The end products will be zinc sulfate and
copper.
okay. If I ask you that will this reaction take place?
No, ma'am. No reaction will take place.
No, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. If I ask you that will the reaction this take place?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes, ma'am. The reaction will
ma'am.
take place.
Take place.
So I think I am clear on this point that more reactive metal will displace
Less reactive metal.
Less reactive.
Less
less
reactive
reactive
element.
metal from the salt solution. Alright? Okay, now let us see. You just tell me that whether the reaction will take place or not. Copper, AgNO3. बताइए.
Ma'am, the reaction will take
The
place.
reaction will
Why
take
the
place.
reaction will take place?
Because copper
Because
is more
copper is
reactive
more
than
reactive than
silver.
silver.
More reactive than copper.
Yes. As silver is less reactive than copper, what will be the end products?
Copper nitrate and
nitrate
silver.
Yes, it will form copper nitrate and silver.
Silver.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was the reaction of metals with metallic salt solution. Like you can now see that there is a reactivity, say that, and you can remember this series by the acronym of K, Kedar, Nath, Na, Ka, Ca. माली आलू जरा पी के पकाता है, क्यूट है अगर, और right. So in that manner you can remember this reactivity series, the arrangement of all the metals in the order of decreasing order of reactivity. So the most reactive metal is placed at the top and least reactive metal is placed at the bottom.
Bottom.
Right? Now we are to discuss about the, before we discuss the reaction between the metal and non-metal, we have to understand that what are the properties of non-metals. So we are going to discuss about the, first of all, about the physical properties of non-metal. Then we will be discussing about it, that whether the non-metals will be able to react with oxygen or not, right? So first of all, we are going to discuss about the physical properties of the non-metal. Okay. Hello. We are going to discuss about the physical properties of the non-metal. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Non-metal, just we discussed about the physical property of metals. Here we are going to describe about the physical properties of non-metals. Non-metals are generally what? They may be solid, liquid, or gases, but maximum amount of non-metals are in gaseous form. There are only few non-metals which exist in the form of solid, that is sulfur and phosphorus, whereas maximum amount of the non-metals are present in the form of gases. Liquid is only one, that is bromine. Maximum of the non